there's been some amazing stuff going on with space lately. I read recently that scientists at NASA were actually able to take a photograph of a real live black hole. And you know, things like this, they start to get me thinking that I'm getting older, and sometimes I look around me, I don't even recognize the world I'm living in anymore. Things are changing every day, not always for the better, and it's times like these that get me to thinking about how things were just a bit more simple back in my day. Back in my day, we didn't have photographs of black holes, horse feathers. Well, technically, we did have photographs of black holes, but then we deleted our browser history and our wives never found them. Thank God for that. Back in my day, O.J. Simpson didn't have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. Back in my day, O.J. only had 8 followers, and they were all Los Angeles police cars going about 15 miles per hour. Back in my day, we weren't trying to start a war with Iran. Back in my day, we were trying to start a war with Iraq. Guess the moral of this story is that if your name starts with IRA, you're in for trouble, so better watch your back, Ira Glass. You know who Ira Glass is? Oh, of course you do. Well, you love public radio, Rusty. Back in my day, Tiger Woods wasn't shocking the world by winning the Masters. Back in my day, we were shocked if Tiger did win the Masters. And when he lost, we think, jeepers, I wonder if something's wrong with him. And then we found out, we're like, yeesh. Back in my day, doctors weren't 3D printing body organs for patients, cod buckles. Back in my day, the only time we printed organs was when we put our butts on the copy machine, printed out 100 copies, and then handed them out at the office Christmas party. That's right, Rusty. At one time, the butt was considered an organ. Well, I personally don't think they smell good, but to each your own. Back in my day, we didn't have denim underwear, waffle cock. Back in my day, if you wanted something rough and uncomfortable rubbing up against your junk, you had to ride the subway at rush hour. Back in my day, people weren't getting canceled online for saying something stupid or racist. Back in my day, if you said something stupid or racist, you got canceled by ABC. But then, they tried to bring your show back without you, but it was tricky because your name was in the title. In fact, it was the title. Back in my day, the hit TV show Friends wasn't streaming on Netflix, Bing Fiddles. Back in my day, the only Friends-related streaming we had was that one episode where Monica got stung by the jellyfish and Chandler had to stream all over her. Back in my day, we weren't watching Toy Story 4. No, sir. If you wanted to see a Woody on screen, you had to go to a different kind of theater. Well, that's a good question, Rusty. I guess they don't really have them anymore. Oh, well, because of the internet. That is not what you saw, Rusty. I was doing my taxes online. Back in my day, we weren't going crazy over the Korean boy band BTS. No, sir. We were going nuts over Korean boy bands like EXO, SHINee, Big Bang, GOT7, 101, iKON, Monsta X, QT Me, Hi Hello, and PP Pie. And only 3 of those were made up. Well, I'm sorry, everybody, but sometimes this grumpy Gramps has got to get his old jaw-flapping flap right. This has been Back in my day.